this was our sort of pick of the evening. Because the Prets guys definitely been impressive. So we'll see if they've got what it takes to overcome the 2017 Hellgate champs. Got to be one of the tournament favourites. I believe the teams are going in. So we'll get things underway, Gusky. What do you make of the grudge versus no grudge?
The problem is I mean, Fuzz's team is kind of built around being able to deal with that grudge as well. So having a grudge doesn't automatically mean that they're contenders in this fight. They're still going to have to obviously push through the fact that even if they had a grudge, it was going to get purged off anyway. Actually, because you're running that Guardian armor, I love Guardian armor on this map. I wish more people used it just because it covers a good chunk of the circle of the fight, and actually that makes a big difference in the grand scheme of things. Looking at this Prets squad, they've obviously got the heavy mace, 2 heavy maces, and this double purge. It's a pretty nice combo to have. But, I mean, Carrion Cooler, Druidic, they've definitely got the damage to deal with this team. I think very quickly, obviously, Fuzz not in a particularly tanky build. Headstrong also not tanky. It's all really on Kuzio just to try and peel this team off.
Yeah, it looks like no fighting actually initially. Fuzz dipping off to the left for the first cap rotation. Zalibol and Moment going for the early invade though, so he's going to need backup very, very quickly. He does get a 2-man catch. The Frost Bomb doesn't connect on either, both having to use mobilities to get out there. Headstrong's going to come in to try and help him. Moment very, very early with that Reflect. This time both of them eat the Frost Bomb, but Fuzz gets torn apart, and Headstrong grudging onto the guy with Retaliate. Massive misplay from him, and he's actually going to go down as well. Looks like as well, Prets did manage to get their own cap. Moment is going to go down. Looks like somebody else turned up for a bit of backup. Headstrong went down. China DDoS has turned up to try and stabilize things here. Moment fighting China. He will go down. They do manage to secure the invade, but a couple of early kills there and early pressure from Prets. Nice to see from them. And credit to the Hellgate champs. They reacted quick enough to counter the invade. That could have gone really nasty for them, ending up 2 caps down. It's 1 cap apiece, 2 caps apiece. Now Fuzz is going to come into the back line of the Prets team. Start putting some pressure onto Zalibol. Eats a forest of spears. Where is my mind? Super deep right now. Headstrong and Fuzz decide to turn their attention to him. Zalibol goes in. Heavy chop onto Headstrong. He does have that protection of nature, but Vatishka's coming through. Nice dodge from Headstrong on that Battle Howl. Manages to avoid getting purged. Whereas my mind gets locked down and purged by Kuzio. Along with that silent. Zalibol's Reflect. Putting some pain out onto the enemy team. Moment as well, reflecting so much onto China DDoS. He nearly killed himself. Does end up going down. There we go. Moment though. Great catch from Fuzz with the freezing wind. Zalibol surely going to drop here. Where is my mind? Is clinging onto life and just can't get back in. Fuzz is able to get the Frostbolt to connect. Finishes him off. Vatishka now is trapped, and it looks like a clean sweep from the Hellgate champs on the point. Recovering from that early judder and stabilizing nicely.
Yeah, it looked like the 5v5 fight was very, very dominant from this Exertion squad. I mean, the first fight wasn't, though, and they have to be wary of that now that Prets may start looking to press that invade a little bit more and splitting the pressure off from these Exertion guys. So interested to see what happens at the start of the next round. Obviously, they have gone for the standard reset. Only looks like 4 members of Exertion went for the reset, though. Headstrong actually going his own way.
Has he gone off for the invade himself? Vatishka and Saji coming to the mid. China, DDoS, Kuzio, and Cub in the mid, though. Usually we see this healer tank situation, don't we? They don't send more than they need to mid because they don't want to be losing the invade caps, and then sometimes they do want to try and pressure them as well. It's like Fuzz and Where Is My Mind. Zalibol is up there as well. It's 3 men protecting the invade this time from Exertion. They're basically, I think their game plan is they're confident in their ability to win the mid fight. So they just want to hold their own cap, go for the mid fight, and win these on 2-1. They don't want to try anything too fancy because they know their strength is as a team, not going off and rotating out. Looks like Moment going to pick up a kill on Headstrong before this gets underway. And Saji has nipped off to go and help Moment. So there's no healers whatsoever on the mid cap. Fuzz taking a bit of pressure. Cub leaps in to try and help him. Saji regrouping with his team. Kazuya goes in, hits a two-man snare. Fuzz flicked out of position. He's very, very low. Can he survive this? It looks like he's got Protection of Nature and the Spiritual Seed is about to go. He should be fine. No, it's not the seed. It's just 3 stacks of healing. He's fine for the time being, but Zalibol hits him with the heavy chop. Now he gets the seed. It does manage to pop. Saji's going to go down, though. The healer from Pret. Zalibol gets silenced. The Frostbolt's going to finish him off. Vertishka now. Another one racked up for the scoreboard. And yeah, the Hellgate champs are just dominating this 5v5, and their game plan is solid. Don't try anything too fancy with the invades. Keep it simple. Keep your own cap and just win the mid fights, and it's working well for them. 127 to 97 right now.
I mean, I said it then that Prets were a bit wary that they won that first fight. Cook went for the invade again, and this Exertion squad went, nah, we know that they're going to go for this invade. We'll send 3, outnumber them, win the fight there fast, and get down to this 5v fight, of which we are seeing them be very dominant. Very smart play from these guys, just kind of countering it. And again, we don't see any over-aggressive plays. 2 members of Prets, 3 members of Prets rushing around the top, and Fuzz Headstrong already here. And this is just great defensive play. China DDoS already here as well. Headstrong using that grudge in himself.
Oh, I like that though. Hellioned him through the grudge, waited for it to expire, and then goes to town. This is a 3v3, but the Preds guys have a healer up there. Fuzz is still able to kill Where Is My Mind though. Cub has turned up. Moment is here. Saji, they look like they had the upper hand there. Great play from Where Is My Mind, delaying them as long as possible, but they just drop so fast. He might get the kill on Headstrong here. Because Cub had already left. Poor old Headstrong. He thought everything was under control. Moment wandered in, started stabbing him. And Cub was like, no, I've got to go to mid, mate. And he thought he had a healer, basically. So he took that duel, and Moment just tore him apart. Fuzz going to go back to the tent and recover. And back to the 5v5 in mid. And Prets have to win these mid fights. Otherwise, they're going to have so many problems.
Yeah, I mean, already a 30-point lead, over a 30-point lead, 18 kills going over to the Hellgate champs currently. Whereas my mind, very, very low right now. 1 shot from death. The seed does popped on him. Zalibol actually using that reflect. China DDoS almost killing himself. The purge came out just moments before Fuzz freezing winded him to death. The double fling, Moment flinging Cub, and China DDoS flinging Moment. Whereas my mind using that retaliate on himself, trying to get some damage onto China DDoS. China actually could kill Headstrong here by reflecting the grudge damage, but no, looks like Headstrong is just going to survive. Verti's going to go down very, very shortly. Zalibol running back in just to see if he can help, but a little bit caught unawares as to what he can really do here.
Yeah, another convincing win, and the kills say it all. 23-4, and they're winning the mid fights. They're getting, they're not going hard like we saw in the last game. We saw the Prets taking 3 cap after 3 cap, but they're executing a solid, safe game plan. They're not taking risks. They've got 2 Hellions, 2 Fiends, and a Mercenary Hood. I mean, the head slot is the one we really look at in these matches, isn't it? That almost defines the team setup and what your control is like, what your defensive situation is like, what your game plan is really. And this, like you said, they are built to counter people with Purge. They're built to like really annoy healers with those Druid Sandals, Hellion tank. Strong play. And it doesn't even look like they went for the invade this time.
No, it doesn't look like it. They are losing it most times, maybe trying to change up the tactics a little bit. Fuzz having that seed popped on him, and Cub's able to just walk around nice and chilled at the moment. Where's my mind? 1 shot from death. Fuzz.
He leapt into that to fight Fuzz, and then realised what he'd done straight after as the seed popped.
Moment going down as well. And actually, while these purges aren't being used on the Grudge, they are being used on the Hunter Hood and Inferno Shields on these Pret guys. Again, Zalibol had his defensives purged off him. That's double stacking defensives. That's going to do it to you. Saji goes down in that Druid shoots Hellion Hood. Verti goes jumping away. And again, this squad's going to take this mid cap and put them within 3 cap only range for Prets to come back into this.
Yeah, so they're going to have to go back to their invade strategy and see if they can do something. But it's not looking great right now. Moment and the boys, really strong showing in groups so far. But this is a big challenge for them. This is a real contender for the title, so they have to put in a show in here. Moment, not sure what he's up to right now. But Vertishka and Saji look like they've gone mid. Now they are going to need a 3-cap if they want to come back into this, or an absolute massacre. And the fights so far haven't been going that well. Where's my mind trying to put the Forest of Spears onto the tank and glaive of the Hellgate champs? Cub taking a bit of pressure, but doing a good job of just line of sighting round that rock constantly while keeping his team up. Really, really shows the strength of that nature healer. Whereas my mind activates his retaliate. Fuzz doesn't really care. Gonna push through that damage anyway. In comes Zalibol, flicked by China DDoS. He's now got his Inferno shield up. Can't run that way to his tent because there's a Hellion. He's gonna drop, and it's another massacre in the midpoint.
Again, and this puts, what, 19 points left for Prets by the time this point is capped. I think this game is unfortunately all done and dusted. And I have to actually give credit here. We normally see, obviously, the Grudge Glaive picking up a load of the kills. Clarent Blades, obviously, very, very strong contenders at the moment for picking up kills. With that sort of Stalker Hood, Mighty Swing. Fuzz picking up 12 kills in this fight.
Yeah, fair play. He's doing some work. Is he running that obsessive burst build, do we know? On the Druid, or is he running Frost Armor?
No, he's running Obsessive Burst.
Yeah, so once he gets ramped up, and this is the thing, when you do face a Glaive Grudge, everybody's watching it, and it gives you a lot of room to work with as an outside DPS. You've got all these people panicking because there's a Grudge Glaive in their face, and there's something like a Frost, a Fire, a Bow, a Crossbow. You often get a lot of space just to sit there and turret because everyone's like, oh my days, this guy's got Grudge. And you're just sitting there going, pew, pew, pew. And especially with that obsessive burst build, those frost bolts are going to be hitting quite hard. He's going to be slowing people down. And anytime they gather up to get something like a Druid Cowl or a heal, or if they get caught by the tank, he could just hit that Freezing Wind Frostbomb combo, which does so much damage. And the Hellgate champs are going to be closing this game up. Very convincing style. Kuzio goes in for Where Is My Mind. He is still rooted. He manages to flick the tank away, but the cap's going to go and all over. I don't like to use the word massacre, but I would use the word convincing. Only 4 kills for the Prets team to 34 for the Hellgate champs. 12 caps to 6 and an 86-0 scoreline. What do you make of it, Gusky? Job done.
Three deaths for Headstrong. What's he doing? Come on.
He is 75% of the team's deaths there.
I know, but I mean, great play from the Exertion guys. They've got this on lockdown. They were countering the plays from Prets. Caught them off guard a little bit at the start, but they stabilized very quickly. And with the amount of damage and pressure they're putting out, obviously we know their target calling and target focus is just amazing. Later it gets into the game, the stronger these guys get with the increased death timers. These guys are a real contender for the title of this whole thing.
Favorites, possibly the favorites, would you say? What do we think?
I would have to put them within the top 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, they're in our top 3 picks for the tournament. Well, congrats to the Hellgate champs. They will definitely be going through